New York City screamed in chaos, lights flickering as the streets erupted in a storm of metal. Robots, massive and relentless, tore through traffic, leaving fire and sparks in their wake. People scattered, screaming, trapped by machines that seemed unstoppable. And above it all, Spider-Man swung through the chaos, heart pounding. Tonight, he wasn't facing ordinary criminals, he faced something engineered to destroy everything he loved. Spider-Man landed on a street lamp, surveying the city from above. The metallic army below moved in perfect formation, like soldiers of a machine army. He noticed the drones' coordinated attacks, each strike calculated, almost too intelligent for mere programming. Somewhere in the heart of this chaos was a mind orchestrating destruction. Spider-Man knew he had to find the source, or New York would burn before dawn. Dodging a swinging crane, he felt the vibrations of the ground shake under him. The city had become a battlefield overnight. Cars were twisted into unrecognizable forms, glass shattered on every corner, and the fire from overturned taxis cast eerie shadows. Spider-Man's instincts screamed at him to act fast. He fired webs at moving drones, pulling them down, but for every one he stopped, two more rose from the streets. From the rooftop, he spotted a figure controlling the chaos, Gearstorm. The villain's goggles glowed a deep red, reflecting every explosion. Clad in a suit bristling with wires and mechanical gadgets, Gearstorm moved effortlessly, his fingers flying over a wrist device. Spider-Man's jaw clenched. This wasn't just a fight, it was a test of his wit, agility, and patience. The city itself had become Gearstorm's chessboard, and he was moving the pieces. Spider-Man swung closer, dodging a hail of spinning blades that tore through the pavement. Each move was precise, calculated. Gearstorm laughed, a mechanical, hollow sound that echoed across the streets. Civilians ran in terror, trapped between fire and metal. Spider-Man realized brute strength wouldn't win this fight. He had to understand Gearstorm's machines, anticipate their attacks, and use the city against them. Every alley, building, and scaffold was now part of his strategy. He fired a web to a nearby crane, swinging over a collapsing street. Sparks flew as drones clashed with one another, some crashing into store windows. Spider-Man's heart raced, but he remained calm, analyzing each pattern. He noticed the drones moved in synchronized bursts, responding to signals from Gearstorm's suit. If he could disable the signal, he could stop them all. Every second counted, hesitation would cost lives. Landing on a rooftop closer to Gearstorm, Spider-Man crawled along the edge, unseen. Below, a massive drone towered over cars, its arms spinning like deadly saws. Spider-Man shot a precise web, yanking it off balance. The drone crashed, sending sparks and debris flying. Gearstorm's eyes widened, realizing Spider-Man was closer than he thought. Spider-Man felt a surge of adrenaline. The villain might control machines, but he didn't control Spider-Man's ingenuity. Gearstorm activated a new wave of drones, larger and faster. Spider-Man swung into action, weaving through steel and fire. He grabbed onto street signs, pulling them down to block attacks. Civilians watched in awe as Spider-Man danced among chaos, webbing together barricades. Each swing brought him closer to Gearstorm, each maneuver a test of timing. The city itself seemed to pulse with danger, every corner hiding potential disaster. Finally, Spider-Man reached the building where Gearstorm operated. Its glass walls reflected the fire and smoke below, a distorted mirror of destruction. He kicked through a window silently, landing behind the villain. Gearstorm spun, surprised, but quickly recalculated. Spider-Man lunged, dodging an energy beam, feeling the heat scorch his suit. The villain's mechanical arms whipped at him, sparks flying dangerously close. Spider-Man gritted his teeth, knowing this was the critical moment. The battle became a blur of metal and webs. Gearstorm pressed every button, sending drones in a frenzy, but Spider-Man moved faster, predicting every strike. He used webs to short-circuit electrical panels, sending arcs of energy back at the drones. Sparks lit the room like lightning. Gearstorm shouted in frustration, his devices sparking. Spider-Man's mind raced, knowing if he didn't stop the control hub, the entire city would fall. Spider-Man leapt onto the control console, firing webs to jam the buttons. Gearstorm lunged, but Spider-Man swung high, dodging the mechanical arms. Every second stretched, the city's fate hanging in balance. Sparks flew, wires snapped, and alarms blared. Spider-Man's web lines danced across the room, pulling machines into a tangled mess. Finally, with one precise web shot, he disabled the main device. The drones froze mid-motion, falling harmlessly to the ground. Silence settled over the building as Spider-Man faced Gearstorm, who hung back, defeated but defiant. The red glow of his goggles dimmed, the control suit sparking uselessly. Spider-Man approached cautiously, ready for any final attack. Gearstorm's shoulders slumped, realizing his plans were unraveled. Spider-Man knew he couldn't let him escape. He webbed the villain securely, ready for police arrival, all while surveying the destruction outside. Looking out the shattered window, Spider-Man saw the city beginning to recover. Emergency crews arrived, firefighters battling flames, paramedics helping injured civilians. The chaos that Gearstorm unleashed would leave scars, but the city survived. Spider-Man's heart swelled with relief and exhaustion. He swung out, leaving Gearstorm behind, a reminder that threats could come from brains as much as brawn. He was ready for the next challenge. As Spider-Man swung through the night sky, he reflected on the battle. Gearstorm was clever, resourceful, and dangerous, but Spider-Man's quick thinking and courage had turned the tide. Every alley, crane, and street had been part of his plan, proving the city itself could be his weapon. The people of New York didn't see it, but Spider-Man carried the weight of their safety, always ready, always vigilant. Below him, the city lights flickered like stars, but somewhere, a new threat was brewing. Spider-Man's senses tingled as he caught a shadow moving across a distant rooftop. The night was far from over. Somewhere, another villain was waiting, planning destruction. Spider-Man swung faster, higher, determined. New York needed its hero, and he was ready to face the next Mechanical Menace, or whatever terrifying force came next.